Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I am back with another video here. And a little bit of a different setup for me, as you can tell. This is a new type of thing that I'm doing with the desk, and I just flipped it the other way. Moved some stuff this way, and this is now the spot that I am in for the remainder of the season and the foreseeable future. So hope hope everybody likes it, and yeah, trying out some new things. So again, I have a lot of content coming. I'm gonna be announcing a lot of stuff tomorrow. If you're watching this on Monday, it's gonna come out today. If you're watching this, right now at 1:21 in the morning, it is Monday, but it's really still Sunday night in my mind. Yeah, so stay tuned for all of that. Yeah, this game for the Flyers, really good 3-1 win over the Red Wings. Played well for a good chunk of this game. Played really well. I thought there were some good things and lines in this one. Farabee, Frost, Tippett, Lawton, Cates, and Lemieux. So Brendan Lemieux with his first game as a Flyer. Van Riemsdyk with Hayes and Allison, and then Delorier on the left wing. Tanner Legzinski plays his first game since December 5th. Sanheimer's the line-in, Provorov and York, Sealer and D'Angelo, and Braun was the 7th. Flyers went 11-7. I don't really love going 11-7, but they keep doing it. Carter Hart was a net. Look, this was a game that I would have started Felix Sandstrom. Like, you got 20 games left. Try to see what you can figure out with Sandstrom. It doesn't seem like the Flyers tried to put him on waivers, right? That whole thing. Like, it doesn't seem like Sandstrom's going to be here very much, longer. See what you can get out of them. I mean, what's the harm? You're playing, meaningless games in the sense of you're not going to make the playoffs. So, and again, you got Tampa, you got Carolina, you got Pittsburgh. Again, it doesn't get easier. But this is a game I would have started. Sandstrom. Scott Lawton plays his 500th game tonight as a Flyer. For Lawton, who I've loved for his tenure here, he's a guy that plays his heart out, is up there and, could be captain category or territory, I guess I should say. He's in that category range of, he could be the next captain for the Philadelphia Flyers, and there's a lot of things that can kind of go into that. And Lawton is a guy that he plays hard. He's got a career year in points and all of that stuff. And for his season alone, he's had a good year, and he's had a lot of big moments, obviously playing power play and all that stuff this year too. So there's been different things that have kind of gone in with that. In the first period of this game, the Flyers had a really good start. They were down 1-0 after one, but they had a good period. 13 shots on goal. Honestly could have had 6 or 7 goals in the first. Had a lot of chances, a lot of plays towards the net. Had a good opening shift from the Cates line. Again, Lemieux on the second line. He had a couple plays early for the Flyers, and Hayes had a chance in tight. Tippett had a play on the wall to pass over to Frost. It was a great pass, and unfortunately, Perron would score for the Red Wings to make it 1-0. It was a turnover from Frost where he tried to pass it to Provorov, and Provorov wasn't looking, and play went the other way, give and go. Perron scores. Tough play. Legzinski with a breakaway uses the open ice. Farabee had a chance. Frost had a pass in front for Allison. Then Fabry hits the post. It was a really wide open period. A lot of chances both ways. A lot of chances either way for the Wings and the Flyers. Flyers again could have had 5 goals. There were a couple chances. The best one, Farabee with a breakaway, and the pass from Frost to Farabee, just beautiful. And there's things that Frost did in this game that I really liked. I mean, I think just the way that he's been able to set up guys and kind of has the eyes in the back of his head type thing. He had that play where he passed it over to Farabee. There was another one late in the third when the Flyers had the second power play. Dropped it back to Farabee. Farabee could have had like 2-3 goals tonight. Husso made a couple good saves. Husso was big for the Red Wings to kind of keep them in, at least above in the first period after the Perron goal. Farabee would get breakaway. Tippett looked great. He had a really, couple plays where he was just flying, and defensively he's right there in the defensive zone. I know the Flyers are trying that thing with the penalty kill, and I like that, honestly, for Tippett, because not having Atkinson for the season, he's another right wing player, right-handed shot, speedy. That obviously Atkinson doesn't have the speed like he used to, but kind of taking putting Tippett in that spot for right now, and he's also just shown this year defensively that he can be a good defensive forward at the same time and play on both ends of the puck. So the Flyers will get a power play here. They had a chance for Tippett. Cates with a nice deflection. It was a good save by Husso, and Farabee had a couple of chances late. But overall, good period. Flyers dominated for most of it. And second period, the Wings had some looks, and they would get a power play. Sealer with a hook and call. Flyers didn't have a shot for the first 8 minutes until the goal here from Delorier. Beautiful play. I mean, 11th shorty of the season for the Flyers. You could see how hype, Lemieux was and Delorier and all that stuff. And it's awesome. I mean, Delorier for what he is and what he brings, I really like him. I think everybody kind of flipped out over his contract. But once I kind of settled down after the whole Johnny Gaudreau thing, I realized it really wasn't that bad of a deal. It's a really low number, and it's a longer term, but that guy's bounced around the league like crazy. It doesn't surprise me. He's got kids and all that stuff too, so probably makes sense why he, signed here. And I think this year he's helped that, and, trying to be a pro and that whole type of thing. And I always go back to his interview on Nasty Knuckles with, Derek Settlemyer and Riley Cote on being a pro and teaching that, and, how he helped Trevor Zegras last year in Anaheim and all that stuff. That stuff means something, to building what the Flyers have to be and building what they need to get back to, really. That is part of it, and I think for him, he's had some timely goals this year. This one comes short-handed. He's had a couple other ones, earlier in the season had one against Carolina that got the Flyers back into the game. Obviously there's been different things with that too, and, for him, doesn't score much, fourth line, physical, fights, all that stuff. It was definitely a good moment to see. The Flyers, they had some good shifts, and the one thing that I've noticed this year with the Flyers is when they're playing their best, they're winning, majority of the puck battles on the wall. And there's been a lot of games this year where if they are losing a lot of battles, they're most likely playing like crap. And tonight, they actually had won a good chunk of battles, and in recent games, they've been able to do that. For what it was, they had some good shifts. They had momentum in the offensive zone. They kept plays alive. They really were using their points, and they get another one here. Sealer shoots it. Cates with the deflection in front. Nice play. It was a good shift overall by that line, and overall, Flyers have a 2-1 lead. Again, it was a low event period. There was only 5 shots for both teams up until the Cates goal, which ended up being the Flyers' 5th shot. And again, good period. You took it to them. You kept play alive. You didn't really give the Wings much. That was the one thing. The Flyers came into this game rested. The Red Wings were, I believe this was their 5th game in 7 nights or something along those lines. 4th game in 7 nights, something like that. And for us, we haven't played since Wednesday. Before that, it was Saturday. You had one game in an 8-day span. So that's a good chunk of time. And Flyers had a good start to the third. They kept plays deep in the Red Wings end. Red Wings got a power play. It was a good kill for the Flyers. They didn't really give much of anything. Flyers would get 2 power plays here. And this is what I'm talking about. The power plays had timely chances throughout the season. And in certain games where they just haven't pounced on it. They haven't been able to either give them, a 2-goal lead or, give them the lead or just kind of add to it, right? And just kind of silence the game right then and there. And they get 2 here. Hook on Perron, high stick on Sider. They had a couple looks on both of them. Nothing really too crazy. I mean, look, the power plays last in the league, 15.9%, obviously went down after this game as well. Hasn't updated yet. It's like, I really have no answer for the power play anymore. You need to change something with that because the power play can really, again, the Flyers have enough talent here to have a legit decent power play and, be around a 20, 23%. When you're running below 16, that's a problem. And really most of the league is on a 3 to 4% increase from last season. So you're really not better than last year, the 12.7% that you had last year. So Red Wings with the empty net, Lawton with the empty net goal, his 500 game as a Flyer. It was awesome to see that, for him. Again, being in his 500th game and how much he's, talked about he loved playing here and all that stuff, or has loved playing here, I should say. It's awesome. And, for the Flyers that to kind of come out and just silence everything that's kind of been going on, everybody's all upset over the deadline, including me. I mean, it wasn't a good showing of anything. But it was good for the team. I mean, I'm sure that it feels different when you're a player and things like that. And, for what it is. They get a win today, and Torts has talked about it all year. They have to block out everything, and I think this is another example that they're trying to do that. And for what they are right now, and for the rest of the season, and this was most likely going to be close to the lineup for what you're going to see for the rest of the season. Nobody else can get called up. Nobody else can go down because for the AHL, it's the deadline. That was it. So for the Flyers right now, again, good game. You move on to Tampa, and they've struggled recently. We'll see. The Flyers had a really good comeback win against them earlier in October, third game of the season. Had down 2-0, came back on national television and won that game. So we'll see. Let me know everybody's thoughts below. Again, I got a lot of content coming. I have a new video series coming out, new little update to the show as well. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. And I'm going to be in Carolina on Thursday for the Flyers game. I'm going to be doing a vlog and a reaction video with my dad, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. Leaving here Wednesday night. And then the watch party for Saturday's game against Pittsburgh. Stay tuned for that. Again, I have so much content coming this month and just throughout the end of the season going in the summer. So please stay tuned for all of that. Thanks everybody so much for all the support. Remember to smash that subscribe button down below. And I will talk to you all again soon.